so much about classism. It was, how in the hell you gonna let these black folks outdo y'all? That was the picture that the wealthier white folks told to the poorer white folks. If the black folks in Wilmington are getting money, they taking money from y'all. And there's no way you gonna let them take money from you. If you let them take money from you, we got a problem. That was the turmoil. They looked at it as a competitive landscape of, instead of saying, bro, they got money out here for all of us, it was like, nah, they taking money from y'all. So people like Ism, you know, he has, you know, a land. So the land that he got, mean that's the land you don't got. The cotton that him and his family got is stuff you don't got, right? The coal that he's going mine and put on the market, instead of you doing it, he got it, and that's customers you can have. And I'd rather buy from you than to buy from him. And if you remember, during that time, we had barbershops, laundromats, banks, everything. So I want y'all to see this. Not only are we gonna talk about it, but we got a dope video that I want y'all to check out. The video is about 5 minutes. I think it's gonna be real good for y'all to look at. Check it out. Let's get to it, man.
On November 10, 1898, over 2,000 armed white people descended on Wilmington City Hall and forced black and white elected officials to resign in a coup. At the time, Wilmington, North Carolina was home to a prosperous community of black business owners, doctors, lawyers, and politicians. In the days leading up to the 1898 election, white groups known as Red Shirts organized to intimidate black voters. Infuriated by the result of a biracial government, a mob of white men waged a campaign of terror against black residents. Colonel Alfred Moore Waddell, a former Confederate officer and U.S. congressman, led the mob and declared that he would choke the current of the Cape Fear River with black bodies. Armed white rioters destroyed black businesses and killed hundreds of black residents. The Daily Record, a black newspaper that had previously denounced lynchings of black people, was the first business the mob targeted. President William McKinley declined to intervene, leaving Wilmington's black residents to fend for themselves. Thousands of black citizens fled the city in the wake of the insurrection, which dramatically altered the racial demographics of the city. Colonel Waddell, who led the insurrection, was appointed Wilmington's new mayor. Racial hierarchy was codified as state policy for half a century to follow.
In the years after the Civil War, we have the end of chattel slavery as we know it. 4 million people formerly held in bondage are now citizens. They have the marks of the lash on their backs. And they settle in this city that's on the rise.
The best way to understand Wilmington is to understand that coming out of the Civil War,